All right, so what is the deal with all the traffic and the road construction that's going on right now in Parrish, Florida? Well, I'm going to take you around today and I'm going to show you exactly the road construction that we're dealing with right off of the I-75 interchange at 301 North and southbound, and also I-75 at Moxon Wallow. What is happening? Why is it like this? And is it worth it? Come along today as we investigate what is really happening in this area. All right, so we're right here in the At Home Plaza, right off of the 301 exit at I-75. Here at the At Home Plaza, you're also going to have Chili's, the Dollar Tree. Go ahead, folks. I'm not going to run you over, I promise. Got a nice women's clothing resale store here. Uh-oh, sir. You lost your stuff. No worries, I'm not going to run you over. Uh-oh. It's windy out today. You've got a cigar shop. You've got an ice cream store, a nail salon, Chinese restaurant, florist, hearing aids, dental, bulk food. We love going into the bulk food store, superstore there. You got the Bell's Outlet and TJ Maxx. All of these shops we go, all of these shops, well, okay. We frequent a lot of these shops inside this shop right here. Got the chiropractor, the hair studio, H&R Block, and of course the Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robin combo store. Good old 7-Eleven for those slushies and gas and quick stuff on the go. There is a Truist Bank right here in this plaza as well. And just across the street, in case we don't see it on film, is your Starbucks, a McDonald's, Applebee's, Taco Bell, Hungry Howie's. You have a Chipotle in this plaza as well. And across the street is a wing house. There's a liquor outlet. And behind all of that is the Ellington Outlet Mall. Woo-hoo. Which way are we going? Which way are we going? All right, there we go. So drop a comment down below any of these shops that you have been to or that you're familiar with. Also, let me know if there's any particular areas that you would like me to visit for you on your behalf. I would be happy to do that. So I have a whole nother video that is coming out on the Ellington Outlet Mall. If you're interested in that, just let me know. Drop a comment below Outlet Mall and I will send you a link on the Outlet Mall video. But for today's purposes, we're gonna highlight the shops and restaurants that are along this direct connect right off of I-75. You can see in the background apartments going in. This is right in front of the Outlet Mall. You have this donut shop here. You have Subway. You have 60 East, which is an Italian cuisine, martini bar. South Philly cheesesteaks, which is phenomenal. You've got GNC Live Well, the sushi bar, Evie's Tavern, another dentist, Mataki, a ramen. You've got a waxing salon, another spa, Kinko Massage, and Happy Feet Plus. And that is the outlet mall over there, which we're not going to go over there today, because today's purpose is to show you what's available directly off of I-75 at the 301 northbound first. Then we're going to go run down to the southbound side. I'm going to show you all the road construction that's going on, so you can see all of that. And then you can decide, is it really worth moving to this area over? And if it is, then let's set up an appointment. Let's talk about what that might look like for you. Are you looking at new construction? Are you looking for a resale? Are you looking for something, right away, or something down the road? But all of those kind of things we can figure out on a discovery call. So we're gonna run up this 301 north, basically up to the library, which is basically the next main intersection. And then everything kind of branches off from there. If you like this kind of video, you like this kind of content, just do me a favor and smash that like button down there to let the algorithm know that you like it, and that'll let other people know to come and check it out. It'll really help the channel out. For those of you that are new around here, you can see that this is a new channel. It doesn't take long to look and see that this is a new thing for me. I come from a different kind of background as far as never done really video content like this too much at all, except for when I had my pressure washing business and paver sealing business. I would do some talks and videos about that. Real estate is not new to me. I've been around real estate for, pretty much my whole life. My mother was a realtor. I have bought and sold many houses over the years. I say many, I shouldn't say many. I bought and sold probably a dozen houses over the years myself. Helped a lot of flippers. I flipped some houses, had some rentals, etc. But I have been working in the trades as far as my career goes, pretty much from my early 20s all the way up until the last 5 years. The last 5 years have been a combination of roof sales and real estate. And recently I have made the commitment to go all in on real estate and give that my 100% focus and attention. So in so doing, that is why we are out here videoing all the activity that's happening along these corridors and intersections here, to help folks that are interested in moving to the area to make a decision if this might be the right area for them or not. So in contrast to what I have done in the past, which is climbing ladders for looking at roofs to see if they need to be replaced and providing estimates, or climbing a ladder to paint a house or pressure wash, or any of those other service type jobs that I have done, and companies that I operated in and did. This is very different. So having that continual, so up here on the right, we just went by this here on the right, We just came up to the first major intersection after the outlet mall. So call it the second major intersection after you get off the interstate on 301 northbound. So, and that's the library right there. And a little Ace Hardware store and a couple other little shops in that plaza we just passed. But yeah, so I have been, I had a painting and pressure washing business for 20 plus years, pool service business for 10 years, residential commercial, pool repairs for many years. So being on camera and talking to people about things is very different. Learning, trying to get my groove. Maybe I'm oversharing, I'm undersharing. I've been instructed I need to put more personality into my video, so I'm trying to do that without being cheesy. I don't want to be salesy. My goal here for doing this video is to bring enough value into the marketplace to where other people will be like, hey, I like that guy, and I want my next real estate transaction to be with him. And just know that if you decide to call me, and we work together, that you're gonna get that red carpet service. I'm going to make sure that every T is crossed, every I is dotted, that you get the service that you would expect in making a big decision when it comes to a real estate transaction. So, but that's why I'm out here doing this. That's the whole deal. So it is somewhat kind of like an ethical bribe. It is selfish, but at the same token, it's doing something different too, versus doing what everybody else is doing. I'm trying to do things different. So hopefully the goal is it works, right? I'm committed to it though. Just like these road construction crews are committed to finishing these projects. I mean, this is quite the undertaking they have done here at this exchange at the I-75 here. They literally have built an entire 2 bridges in addition to the existing I-75 bridge. There are 2 additional bridges to accommodate for the traffic that is going onto 75 southbound and off of northbound 75. So up here is the southbound ramp to take you south on 75 off of the 301 exchange. And all these cars that are coming in right now on my left, right over here, those are all cars that have just gotten off the whole separate off ramp for the northbound 301 traffic coming off of I-75. This is a massive, massive undertaking, this road project right here. So you see we're heading underneath 75 now, heading on southbound 301. You can no longer get on that southbound exit there to the right, where you used to could do that. That's where then all the backup would be at. So up here on the right, you've got these warehouses. I think I'm just going to pull over here and show you. So this is definitely worth noting, this area. And I am going to make this my only stop off of the southbound 301, because the next light is a good ways down. So this is the first light off of the southbound 301. You've got the gas station. You've got this huge Florida International Trade port that's come in over here in the last couple of years. It's brought a huge amount of large industrial space, commercial space. And then right here you have the iconic Anna Maria Oyster Bar, off to the right there, and then the Waffle House. And I say iconic Anna Maria Oyster Bar because they really are known for their fish and chips, their fried shrimp, all of their, I mean, they're just a great seafood restaurant. And then they're not just here, they're out on Anna Maria Island. And they also have a location on Cortez Road over in Bradenton. And so that is part of the challenge for us. And I don't know about for you, but when it comes to dining options. So of course we love to dine at home. We probably prefer our cooking over, you know, most restaurant cooking. But it is a treat. When we do get to go out, we like to dine out when we can. But the dining options in relation to proximity to the Parrish area specifically are somewhat limited. I mean, Anna Maria Oyster Bar is a good option. Have gotten mixed reviews on the Whiskey Joe's over here, up here on the right. And Woody's I've gotten mixed reviews on. You know, Chili's is what it is. It's Chili's, right? You've got, you know, up the road north on 301, you've got Beef O'Brady's. It sounds like we are getting some other chain restaurants are coming to the Moxon Wallow exit. So that is exciting. We do have the Grayson. We do have on just south here on 301, there's a new barbecue place called Legacy Barbecue that is absolutely phenomenal. Further north here on 301, you have KNC Barbecue. But if you want a Carrabba's, if you want a Longhorn, if you want a Cooper's Hawk, if you want an Olive Garden, if you want a Red Lobster, any of those type of restaurants, you're not going to find those here on the 301 Exchange. You're going to find the local mom and pop restaurants like Popey's, which is definitely a good option. In town in Palmetto, you will find the River House Reef and Grill that is out on the water. Great ambiance. Across the street there, you've got Pier 22. You've got Oak and Stone. Downtown Bradenton, there is a brand new restaurant that I have not tried yet that is called Sofra's. I am super excited to try that place. I've heard great things about it. My daughter actually has picked up a couple of shifts working over there. She is a graduate from USF with her master's and has decided that, hey, I just need a little extra jib. I need to get some things taken care of. So lo and behold, she's got herself a job over there serving at this fine dining restaurant. And I can't wait to get over there to try it out. So as you can see, we are now on the northbound I-75. The Ellen Outlet Mall is over here to the right. We've just gone by that. And as I mentioned before, if you're interested in seeing a tour of the Outlet Mall, just drop Outlet Mall. And if the video isn't already up, I'll make sure that you get it. And you'll get the tour of the Outlet Mall. And as I mentioned before, and if you're just getting into the channel here, if there is an area, a house, a community, a specific restaurant even that you're interested in knowing more about, getting a review on, even a video specifically, just let me know. Reach out, and I'm happy to accommodate that here in the Tampa Bay area. So that is my service area, specifically working directly with me on any type of real estate transaction. And then outside that area, my network is worldwide. So if you have real estate needs anywhere globally and you like the vibe, you want to connect with me and with one of my partner agents, I can get you connected. So you can see it's really not a long ride from the 301 exit up to the Moxon Wallow. It's just a few minutes up the road. Of course, we are going to fast forward this so you're not having to sit here for the whole ride while we're rolling up. So why a lot of people are looking at this Parrish area as an option for housing right now is really comes down to proximity. So it's in a great location, super accessible to the north on 75, to Tampa, to Brandon, up to I-4 if you want to cut over to Orlando, easy access over to St. Pete, over to MacDill, over to the Air Force Base. So, and then you have the south, you know, obviously I-75 southbound, get you down to, you know, Sarasota, to Venice, to Naples. So, you know, Cape Coral, Fort Myers. So it's super accessible and it still gives you affordability. Whereas the similar type of home that you would be buying in, say, Sarasota would cost 15 to 25% more than what you're going to find here in the Parrish area. So the affordability here in Parrish, now, you know, you think about that, you know, equation of affordability, and you can play that on both sides. You know, Parrish could be not affordable to others who are looking at properties in, say, Sebring, out in the middle of the state in Florida. But you're also going to lose a lot of that proximity, like out to Anna Maria Island, for example. You know, you're not going to get that easy accessibility to those things. So here we are coming off of the eastbound exit on the north side of I-75. So we're heading north on I-75. We've just gotten off at Moxon Wallow, and we have the Gateway Commons that is already here, the Publix Plaza. There's a new community, single-family homes coming in over here to the left. They're converting this golf course. Behind this Gateway Plaza, there is already existing single-family homes. There is some pockets of new construction. There's apartments and access over to Buffalo Creek and the 69th Street kind of corridor that ties in back over to Erie Road and actually ties back in over to 301. So here we've got the Publix Plaza. One of the nice things I like about this particular Publix is it does have that upstairs area. I'm not sure if you've ever been in those, but there's a whole dining area upstairs for you to go. They have Wi-Fi. You can sit up there as long as you want, eat, have a meeting, charge things. I mean, it's really a nice setup. Looks like Publix is getting a paint job today. Yeah, I definitely don't miss those days of painting out here. What a challenge on a windy day like this, inclement weather, all these cars. I feel challenged even doing these videos, but then I see things like that and I'm encouraged that, you know, if I could do that for years, paint like that, do those kind of projects, I can get on a camera and and share and talk and bring value to other people. So I'm still just a baby, just learning how to do this though, so be easy on me. Okie dokie. So that's the Gateway Commons. We just checked that out. And now here across the street from here, this area is, I'm gonna pull up the information because I don't have it in front of me right now. But I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna pull it up and throw it up in this section where we're talking right now. But across the street is, I believe it is 280 acres that's getting developed. There's a combination of commercial, multifamily, single family, a variety of uses going in. Some is already actually being built right now, you can see. It's actually actively under construction. I'm probably gonna go over there and do a tour of all of that here real soon. I think it's one of the most interesting things in construction to see that they build the elevator shafts before they build a structure around it. So I'm probably going to do a whole video on that. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that. Just drop a comment below, elevator shaft, and I'll make sure you get that video when I do it. Up here on the right, we're going to see the new lagoon community, sea air that's going in. This place is a whole video to itself, so we're not going to do that in this video, but I'm just going up to this first light off of Moccasin Wallow on the east side to show you what's happening with the road construction. So we're going to, actually I lied, I'm not going to the first light because there's so much more road construction down this way. I'm going to take this all the way up to Fort Hammer Road to show you how much road construction is going on. And this is all going to make sense here when you see all these new construction communities going in along this path, a Moccasin Wallow here, off of 75 up to the Fort Hammer and all the way up to actually 301 section. Why this entire corridor of road is getting done right now is it's because of all of the development that's happening along this corridor. And it's going to be like this for a while. So, you know, these are things that you have to really strongly, you know, consider when you're thinking about moving to an area like this. When I leave in the morning, I give myself an extra 10 or 15 minutes when I'm leaving the long Moccasin Wallow here. If I've got to get to the interstate, you know, just in case we run into, you know, the road shut down and there's backups, because it's going to happen. It's not if it's going to happen, or it's going to happen. Just know that. So there are trucks all day long coming up and down this way. That's the Sea Air Lagoon community. It's a combination of single family and multifamily. There we have Del Webb, active adult living community, which we have a whole video on that if you're interested. It's in my video list, or just let me know, Del Webb, and I'll send it to you directly. And we can see all that road that is tore up over there on the left side. I mean, it goes on for a while. And on the right side, they're getting ready to get that all prepped for the infrastructure. You know, all the utilities have to be moved, all the underground has to be put in. It's an incredible undertaking when they do these, you know, road expansions like this. And yes, I do wish that they would put these in before they put the communities in. But I also, you know, understand the struggle of, you know, putting in all this massive road infrastructure, you know, before the people are there. So the old saying goes, if you build, they will come. And is that true when it comes to the roads? And why do we always seem to get the roads after the people come? I don't really know the answer to that question. I just know that it seems like anytime I've ever seen a project that was developed before time, it ends up sitting, and then that has to be revived. Like, so I don't know if that's the same situation with the roads or not. I mean, is it because it's not a master plan community? Like, for example, when you go into a master plan community that's very large, like a Lakewood Ranch, you know, they're not, all of those roads that they put in there, they built for the traffic flow of the volume that is there currently built out. You know, is it because these are not master plan communities along this corridor from Moxon Wallow 75 up to 301, and that it's been pockets of neighborhoods that have been built up over the years, and now it's come to a point where there's so much volume that you have to go ahead and make the road changes. It kind of just seems like, to me, just talking it through, that would be kind of a reasonable deduction. So we're here coming up on Fort Hammer Road on Moxon Wallow. We just passed the Publix that is down here. Yep, that's another Publix on Moxon Wallow. This over here on my right is part of North River Ranch. That's the Riverfield section. And then we're gonna head right up here to the turnabout, which is at the 301 intersection. So earlier when we were on 301, when we started at the Lowe's Plaza and we headed north on 301, we could have came all the way up to the backside over here versus the interstate to come up this way. So this is a new turnabout that has been put in as well. I really like this turnabout. We really needed this to slow the traffic down here. So we're gonna whip this right back over to Moccasin Wallow, and up here on the right is the beginning of the North River Ranch community. All this undeveloped land right here. On the right side, all this undeveloped land is eventually going to be part of the village center, which is currently being constructed right now. It is the medical, dining, shops, social area that's being built over part of the North River Ranch master plan community. And so talking about roads, you know, this is all brand new road out here in Moxon Wallow, but all the roads inside that North River Ranch are the roads that they will always be. So before they built the houses, they built the roads big enough inside that community to handle the flow of it. This road out here, this, you know, common public road, which has just grown up over the years, it's just overgrown itself. So it really just, it's just part of the pains of growing, in my opinion. Love this North River Ranch entry here. I'm a little partial to it. I've got family that lives in North River Ranch. We've just bought in North River Ranch, so I'm definitely favor North River Ranch. But it is a great community, multiple great builders inside that community. So, but there's a bunch of great communities out here in this area. Talking about that kind of stuff while we're on that subject, you know, we're seeing a lot of increase of resales on the market coming to the end of their listing time and not selling. And a direct factor in that is the new construction. The builders right now are offering such great deals and great opportunities, and are just beating out the resales. I mean, if you want to sell a resale, a pre-owned home in today's market, you know, the price has got to be good enough to incentivize someone to want to buy a pre-owned home over a brand new home, because a buyer can qualify for both. And yes, you have to deal with this construction, the road, the community, but you get it at a better price than what you get something that's already pre-owned. And it comes with a warranty. And, you know, people can complain about, you know, builder quality. There's definitely ways to, you know, to counteract that and to keep checks and balances on that. But it doesn't matter if it's builder quality of today or builder quality of a 10-year-old house. Like, a lot of these are the same builders. So you're not getting away from, you know, builder issues because you're buying, you know, pre-owned versus new. Someone built the house. So, you know, the fact of the matter is the longer a property sits, the more maintenance it needs. The longer it's sitting here, either being used or not used, it needs maintenance. And whether we like it or not, you know, the fact of the matter is new is new. And are they building things better now than they were before? Worse now than they were before? I mean, it depends on what particular, you know, product you're building, who the builder is, what the materials are. But for the most part, the building codes today are better than what they were 50 years ago. You know, we're building to withstand, you know, hurricanes today. More hurricanes today than what were here 50, 100 years ago. So, you know, the argument that, you know, they built it better years ago, I'm not 100% convinced that that is the case. You know, the truth of the matter is, you know, when you're building a lot of something, there is a high likelihood with as many variables that go into building a home that there's going to be something that doesn't work right. And the question is what are they going to do about it? You know, what builder is going to stand behind their product and for how long? And that's easy to find out. Like, we know that information. I have that information. If you need to know that information, I'll get it for you. But we know the builders that, you know, are going to stand behind their product and that you're going to have a good experience with. So whether it's a resale of that builder or it's a new product of that builder, it doesn't matter. All right, so we're getting right back over here to Moxon Wallow. We went through all that road construction. We have all this construction up here on the right that we talked about earlier that is getting developed, and we're going to go underneath I-75 and we're going to go on over to the other side. So far, I don't see any major road construction on the 75 on and off ramps here for Mox and Wallow. Not gonna say that there isn't gonna be a change on that at some point down the road, and there could be. This particular portion of I-75 going underneath here and the off ramp of I-75 and the exchange is very dangerous. I've seen several accidents in this. So if you are traveling along this area, especially at nighttime, please, please, please be on extra alert. So we are on Mox and Wallow westbound. If you wanted to head north on 75, you could do that right there. If you wanted to go south on 75, you could do that right there. But I'm going to take you down and show you what is actually off of the exit on the west side of Mox and Wallow up to 41. But this exchange right here is super dangerous with these cars that are crossing over Mox and Wallow to then either, well, most of them have just got off the interstate, so they're crossing over to make a left, and that is really dangerous. Like I said, several accidents I've seen. We've got the new apartments up here on the left. We've got the new community on the right up here, Artisan. It actually isn't brand new. This Artisan Lake started many years ago, like we're talking 15, 20 years ago, and it sat. This is one of those projects that sat. And then the market changed, things shifted, and now they're just about sold out, their entire development over here in the Artisan series. And of course, over here to my left is another storage place. There is a school, Imagine Schools back there. There's a pizza joint over here. The Grayson is over here. All of that is in the woods of Mox and Wallow. All right, so on the right, you could see Artisan Lakes. Beautiful entry over there. Love that Artisan Lakes entry with the waterfall. All this new road on Mox and Wallow. There's another new community, M&I Homes. South Point is coming soon on the left. Right here in the Parrish area, there is well over, based on, I say based on research because we have limited access to some of these numbers, but it looks like easily in the Parrish area in the next 12 to 24 months, there will be over 15,000 homes built, all right in this pocket of area. So a lot of activities happening, a lot of progress, a lot of growth, a lot of good things. And yes, along with all of that change comes a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of pain, a little bit of inconvenience. But I mean, when you really think about it, I've been in the car now for 45 minutes. I was able to travel, 25 to 30 miles in nice air-conditioned vehicle with shade over me. I'm not in a horse and buggy. I'm not on the back of a horse. I'm not walking. I mean, honestly, like, yes, I get it that, the construction and the roads and the traffic, and I get all that stuff. But I mean, if we don't want the traffic and you don't want the road construction, there are other options, right? Well, we don't have to live in this area. I mean, this area is got all that busyness and has all that traffic and has all the people because there's a lot to attract people to this area, not just the affordability. So, you know, is it worth it? It's worth it to us, for sure. It's definitely worth it to us. And it's worth it to a lot of people that are moving to the area. But it may not be worth it to some, and that's okay. And I hope that by watching this video that you've been able to see clearly whether or not this Parrish area, specifically along this Moxon Wallow, I-75 east and west, 301 north and south, you know, in that pocket, if this is the right area for you or not. Hopefully by the end of this, you can look around and go, okay, I've got enough information where I could definitely see myself checking this area out, or I definitely do not want anything to do with this area. So that was the goal of today's video, was to help you make that kind of informed decision. Again, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in Florida real estate in the Tampa Bay area specifically, from Tampa down to St. Pete, over into the Parrish area, down into Bradenton, out on the islands, out to Sarasota, I'm your guy. If you want to do real estate outside that pocket, I have a network of people that I can connect you with and refer you to and make sure that you are well taken care of. I would be honored to have a conversation with you about what your real estate needs are, what your goals are, and see if I might be a good fit for you. And if I am, my promise to you is that I'm going to roll out the red carpet and make sure that you have the best real estate experience that you've ever had in your life. For now, I'm signing off, and until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.